teachers aren't up to date on the latest stuff in brain development because it's really new. Even if they'd taken some of this stuff when they were in school, say 10 or 20 years ago, they wouldn't have encountered it. But we've gone a long way in the last 10 years in understanding changes in brain development and how it relates to learning and so on. And that's the sort of thing we want to now provide.
We use research-based models that help to have every child reach their potential.
Everything is through play. So even if they're at the sand table playing, they're working on hand-eye coordination. There's a lot of science that's happening. There's muscle building because it's a stand-up job, where at the tables they're doing sit-down. So you always want to take them one step further than where we are at. And if they get to a center and it's too much for them, then we always take a step back and kind of give them the basics so that they can continue and grow from there. You want red? Okay.
Purple.
Purple.
One of the characteristics we've discovered about the brain is that it's constantly changing. It's a process called neuroplasticity.
Ooh.
So the brain is changeable. It's most changeable at 2 times in life. The first time is in the early years. The next time is in puberty.
Well, today you saw a lot of fun. First and foremost, I think when we greet the children at the door, they know they're here for a day of fun. They know they're safe, they know they're loved, they know they're going to be accepted in whatever they bring with them through the door on that given day. We do lots of singing, praying, playing together, turn-taking, getting messy, getting dirty, learning about all different muscles, language, feeding them. Nutrition's a big part of our program as well. And just giving them an outlet to be who they are and give them everything that they need to be a better little individual. And around, and give him a hat. Number 5 is where it's at. And Lucas.
It's incredible what they do over here, especially now with the 3-year-olds. And you come over and watch the 3-year-olds, it looks like a zoo. It's just crazy. The kids are having fun, but they're also learning. They're learning their alphabets, they're learning colors, they're learning more than they actually realize. So by the time they come to kindergarten, they're already in a learning mode and they know how to play.
We use research-based strategies with handwriting without tears would be one that it's universally used with all of the children, but it really looks at those fine motor and pre-printing skills, directionality, all of those types of skills that children at this age are using. We use research-based professional development to allow our staff and our leaders to implement developmentally appropriate interactions and instruction and facilitation into the program. One in particular that is new to our division as of last year is called Hannon ABC and Beyond. And that really looks at establishing those pre-literacy skills that are so foundational to a child learning to read.
A walrus could be a character?
I think the key of all professional development is it's not just singular, it just doesn't involve the teacher. It has to involve the whole learning team. And by learning team, I do mean it's the teacher, it is the paraprofessionals in the classroom. It may be the school administrator. Of that, also the parent has to be involved. Many of the strategies that you put in place for the child in the classroom, building the support and the understanding of the basis of that strategy and how to take it forward, requires that ongoing team, PD.
My name's Karina Zanoli. I am the mother of 2 little boys. My oldest of which, Gavin, is 4.5 years old and has an autism spectrum disorder diagnosis. Gavin in particular is so motivated by his peers, and I tend to think that that's a bit of a misconception with children with autism, is they don't like to be around other kids. They, aren't social, and it's not the case with my son at all. He does things here that he doesn't do at home because he sees his friends doing them. It's an environment I can't provide for him at home. So, the experience has been incredible.
Inclusive education really is the way education should be, but also the way society should be. We are all unique individuals. And for a child, particularly for young children, they learn best from their peers. So if you take a child who may be in need of additional supports for whatever reason, and you put him in an environment where there aren't typically developing peers, he doesn't have those good role models to learn from. So we as the adults can set up as much as we want and as much as we can, but those peer-to-peer relationships that begin here in the early years and carry on throughout their schooling and hopefully into adulthood is really what's going to make the best situation for every child.
I think for the future, neuroeducation is going to be more than a buzzword. The Society for Neuroscience, which is a huge society, 50,000 members worldwide, is really got this as one of their priorities, translating neuroscience research into education, because education is so important. And you're going to hear more and more about it. And it's going to be based not on fancy ideas, but actual experimentation in the classroom.
Keep your tongue in. Ah.
Wah.